Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, LSU rolls out of bed, stretches and yawns 35 points. Offense puts a little bit more together, give you 48. Every single week, 600 yards of total offense. Again, LSU in the history of the school has never had 5 straight games where you had over 500 yards of offense. You got it now. Jayden Daniels on Saturday night, 20 of 27, 325 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, did have a pick on a tip ball going into half, 74% completion percentage. 11 carries, 93 yards, 8.5 yards per carry on Saturday. Jayden Daniels is the best player in college football. He is the most valuable player in college football. He is the best quarterback in college football. And he's orchestrating the number 1 offense in college football. Not only is he a Heisman finalist at this point, he's the Heisman favorite. LSU offensively, at this point, right now, I'm speaking in the moment, is indefensible. They are unguardable. They saw a third wide receiver hatch on Saturday night. Brian Thomas had 2 catches for 70 yards, and LSU hung 50. Kyron Lacey, welcome to the party, pal.
Oh, how much fun is it to be invited?
I mean,
finally.
Been waiting on you, cuz.
We're all off the red carpet.
Party favors for everybody.
Come in the back.
Offense.
Yes.
Been trying to get you involved. You just didn't want to walk through the door.
It's a little late.
Little redemption for him on Saturday night. Dropped the first one. A bad drop again for Lacey. Scooped up the next 4. Went over 100 with a touchdown.
Hey, you fumble the bag, just pick it up.
Takes some pressure off of Thomas. Takes some pressure off of Nabers. Puts a whole lot of pressure on the defense. Mm-hmm. LSU offensively right now is buzzing. I mean, they are humming right now. As much college football as you watch, as I watch, as I saw on Saturday, again, Arkansas, Alabama, Tennessee, Texas A&M, USC, Notre Dame, Georgia, Vanderbilt.
Oh.
Nobody out there can guard LSU. Nobody can stop LSU's offense. And if you want to get into a scoring match with the Tigers, you are in for a long night. They get off the bus and they hang 35. They put a competent quarter together and you're looking at 50. They develop a third wide receiver and you can't stop them. And then defensively is the story. I mean, after a 600-yard performance, a third wide receiver, busted onto the scene. Logan Diggs nearly going for 100. Malik Nabers having another night.
Book it.
Really, the story's the defense. In the first quarter, Auburn put together 1 touchdown drive. The rest of their possessions ended in punt.
And LSU didn't punt until 10 minutes left in the second quarter.
From a defensive standpoint, they were able to build off the momentum that they put together the week before against Missouri, which was not by any means a good or dominant performance, but just did some things that gave you some confidence that you carried over into Tiger Stadium. And really, look, I'm not here to tell you that Hugh Freeze, Auburn is any good. They're not. They're real bad. But good teams take care of really bad teams. And there was doubt on whether or not LSU was going to be able to stop a well-schemed attack. And defensively, they came out and answered all the questions, man. Brian Kelly speaking inside Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, ankle sprain. He's got a sprain, so we'll evaluate him tomorrow when we bring him in, and we'll see what kind of level. Is it one that requires, a week? Is he ready this week? I wouldn't know. We wouldn't know until probably sometime Sunday, Monday.
This is 11, Stewie. This was Kelly following up on what he thought of Lance Hurd going out there and stepping in for Jones after Jones had gone down.
And snaps, missed it, played pretty well.
They brought a lot of pressure when he came in the game at his side. They brought a lot of edge pressure. He was really good. I mean, he's long, he's athletic, he has a great set. there'll be things that he can clean up, but that's a plug-and-play guy. That's a guy who can go in, when you lose one of your top guys, and you can look around and go, okay, we're going to be okay here. But there's things that we're going to have to clean up with him, but that's a nice player to come off the
Also, Brian Kelly speaking, I think if you watch college football on Saturday, this is 3, Stewie, of Kelly really talking about LSU trying to nudge themselves back into the driver's seat. I thought Arkansas was going to beat Alabama. I really did. I mean, that game was –
it got close, and KJ was making plays.
It got close. KJ was about to – I mean, he had that team on its back.
He had Saban stressing about the kneel.
I mean – look, man, you put pressure on Alabama's offense like LSU is going to do. And so, look, I know you got to get there. I mean, you got an Army, then you got a break, but then Alabama. But I'm just kind of looking a couple of weeks down the road. First things first, get Emory Jones healthy. He's got to go through some intense rehab to make sure he's right for that first Saturday in November when that trip comes to Tuscaloosa. Because I love Lance Hurd, and like Brian Kelly said, look, that guy's a plug-and-play guy, and one of our listeners in the chat pointed out, and I agree. H-Town Creole said that that Hurd, if you notice, they started running the ball to the right side when he was in there. I mean, he was from a run blocking standpoint. I mean, he is a mover, man. I mean, he is an athlete, and at the point of attack, he is mean. So I mean, I love having him out there. And I'm not opposed to having, Jones and Hurd if Hurd's able to, put a couple of quarters together against Army. But Miles Frazier has played well too. But you've got to have Emory Jones for Alabama. Dallas Turner and that crew at Bama are the scariest part about them. Outside of that, LSU is better nearly everywhere. Really. I mean, from a defensive standpoint, the battle is going to be in the trenches. Can they block Turner and let Campbell and Jones? I mean, those are your two best punches. And, I've got confidence in this offense. I've got zero confidence in Jalen Milroe in the Alabama offense. I mean, look, I'm not saying that LSU's defense is going to go over there and pitch a shutout.
He makes football look so hard.
But, I mean, like.
Ooh.
Jalen Milroe.
And if that guy wants to run, he makes playing
quarterback hard.
If he wants to run like he seemingly does, that's where Perkin is going to. I mean, that's where Perk is going to hunt.
Good on good.
Well, I'm not going to say he makes the quarterback position look hard because quarterback is hard, but he makes it look
He's stressful to watch.
He makes it look elementary.
And this is where I think it gets interesting. I know we don't want to just skip over Army, but they're running a new offense, and it's going to take some time. You're not getting that. I would be more nervous if Army rolled in with the old triple option attack, and where you have to throw out a game plan and you have to prepare for a whole new offensive scheme that you're going to see once a year. Now Army is trying to revolutionize itself and get kind of with the times, I guess, and run the spread. They just don't have the players to do it yet. I wouldn't expect LSU to really lose, but looking ahead to Alabama, and we'll probably talk about this for the next 2 weeks. Do you see Harold Perkins in that split out role, or do you see him moved back kind of inside where you see him spy?
I think
they'll keep the role he's been.
I mean, because you can.
He can move around as much as he wants.
Not only that, and pre-snap, he causes a lot of stress.
The tension is it's palpable. They're looking.
He does a great job of disguising. He does a great job of timing. I mean, he is, and I think coming off the edge. And look, I got no problem playing. Him playing in coverage.
No, you might be your best cover guy.
Best play on the ball I've seen all season long was at Missouri in the interception he made. I mean, I'll live and die with that, with the defensive backfield play that you've seen up to this point. I mean, put him at the nickel. I mean, really, let him play inside. But here is Kelly. This is 3 talking about how LSU controls their destiny.
That you got that spot now.
Well, we've got Army, who's going to be a good, tough, physical football team. This team controls its own destiny at this point, and we need to continue to improve on the defensive side of the ball, continue the consistency, obviously, from an offensive standpoint, but I'll put this team up with anybody in the league right now, and we just need to continue to grow and continue to get better from a defensive perspective in terms of all 11 players knowing their assignments, playing disciplined football, and being, again, much more aggressive to the ball when it's in the air. I think if we do that, this is a team that can compete for.
Thanks for tuning in to our premium LSU content right here on YouTube. If you want more of it, subscribe below.